Mr. Steal Yo Kill, thank you for the 5. Would you rather keep watching season 2 of The Last of Us or play the second game again? Hearing a lot of bad things about season 2. Probably play the game again. I just think that there's a lot of, I think Bella it plays Ellie in a much more like, I don't know what the word would be, cavalier, kind of silly, quirky kind of way. And I think the best way to describe it, and I've seen other people describe it this way, which is why I think it's seemingly the consensus, is that in the game, when Joel dies, there is a switch that flips in Ellie. She's like, I'm going to kill you. And I will stop at nothing. I will kill you, and I will kill your friends and your family. That's what we're going to do. The switch flips, and she's good to go. In the show, it feels like they're building this arc for her to slowly devolve into this manic, crazy person who's just filled with hate and rage. And I'm not sure if that works as well, because Ellie does some horrible stuff, through the story. And I think if you're trying to make it more understandable, it doesn't work as well. There's other things like, people have critiqued the casting where they're like, Caitlin, I think it's Caitlin Deaver, who plays Abby. Caitlin Deaver could play a phenomenal season 2 Ellie, but Bella Ramsey doesn't come off as threatening, which is a thing. Like, typecasting is a thing. There are certain vibes that people have. One time in college, I was taking I think they called it professional actor prep class. It was like an elective in the arts, and I took it because it was fun. We got to do like plays and work on scenes and stuff for acting. It was a good time. But for one of those, our professor, a guy named Walt, super brilliant and very nice guy, went to Yale and all this stuff. Brilliant guy. He is good friends with, I'm blanking on her name, the casting director for AMC that did the casting for Breaking Bad, that did the casting for The Walking Dead. One of you guys will probably Google her and remember her name. Bialy? I don't know, something like that. But we got to do a Zoom call with her and talk with her for like 2 hours through a class. And we got to hear how she goes and casts these shows. And she has some ability to just look at somebody and know what they're able to come off as, know what they play. So we were asking her, when you cast roles in Breaking Bad, when you cast, Jesse, Aaron Paul as Jesse, for example, how much time did that take you? She's like, oh, well, I looked at him and I had a good feeling on his screenshot. Then I saw a few seconds of his audition and I knew that he was going to be good. Because she just has the gut feel, she just gets it. And so she went through our class and looked at each one of us and was picking out what roles we would basically be typecast as. And she was like, people complain about being typecast, but that's just the reality of the industry. Certain people give off a vibe. They just do. Certain people look like villains. Certain people look like heroes. Rarely you can find somebody that can do both, but often they have one vibe that they can pull off. And that's why you end up with somebody like Chris Pratt playing the sort of charismatic bad boy hero that doesn't take things that seriously. He plays that in every single movie he does. And he's tried some more serious stuff occasionally, but sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. But typically they have a vibe they fit. And I think with Bella Ramsey, the vibe as Ellie in season 1, perfect. Thought it worked really well. Manic, crazy serial killer Ellie, I don't see it quite yet. Maybe we'll get there, but as of right now, I'm not there. Sean Bean apparently looks like a corpse. Yeah. Google says Sharon Bialy. Yeah, Sharon Bialy. I was like, Susan Bialy? Sarah Bialy? But Sharon Bialy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Very nice lady. Very, very nice lady. But there's a reason why she does what she does. And it's because she's got a stack of 1,000 headshots. She said literally thousands typically she gets. But she's casting a show. She reads the scripts, talks to the director, understands what they want to do. And then she has to go through that stack and figure out who's worth calling for these roles. You have to have a pretty good feel for somebody's vibe with that. It's not easy. What did you say you'd be typecast as? She said that I would typically be cast as I forget the exact words she used, but she was basically as the character who exerts control. She said you would typically probably find yourself in roles where you might be like the bad guy or heavily conflicted, and you have a darker side to you. She's like, I'm not sure you would ever be that good of a fit in like a rom-com or something. She's not sure if that's your vibe. It was interesting. A cult leader. Yeah, you give the vibe of like a cult leader. Yeah. But that I also, at the time, I was clean shaven, so that could also affect it. You give off the vibe of a toddler, maybe a 7-year-old. Oh man. So you're a bad controlling person. Apparently that's the vibe that I gave off to her in that moment. Yeah. Yeah.